Fans, we welcome you to Robbinsville High School for varsity volleyball action tonight. Robbinsville hosting the Lady Highlanders here on the Gramstar Sports Network. And wherever you're tuned in, whether you're a Lady Knight or a Lady Highlander, we really appreciate you being with us. How you doing, folks? Kevin Hensley with you on behalf of the Gramstar Sports Network. We have teams coming in tonight with inverse records. The Highlanders coming in with a 2-7 mark on the season. Robbinsville 7-2, still sitting atop the Smoky Mountain Conference standings. We're just about a minute and a half away from our opening introductions, so we're going to ask you to please just bear with us. We're on a solo production tonight. Audrey's still under the weather. Hope she gets feeling better soon. And we'll have our national anthem. We'll have the introduction of our teams and much more coming up, including set number 1 right in just a moment on the Gramstar Sports Network.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Robbinsville High School for tonight's non-conference matchup between the Lady Highlanders and your Robbinsville Lady Knights. At this time, if you would please stand and cover with all headwear as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem. Introducing our rosters first for the visitors from Highlands. Double zero, Mackenzie Woods. Number 1, Olivia Corbin. Number 2, Olivia Cole. Number 3, Tatum Pearson. Number 8, Mallory Schreiber. Number 9, Karen Gomez. Number 10, Caitlin Couch. Number 11, Caitlin Tingen. And number 14, Eslyn Wyatt Luck. And now for your home standing Robbinsville Lady Knights. A senior number 1, the Lady Rose. A sophomore number 2 for the Wadding. A junior number 3, Claire Barlow. A sophomore number 8, Rand Hooper. A junior number 11, Olivia Lewis. A senior number 14, Tia Hall. Another senior number 16, Aubrey Wachacha. And another junior number 20, Liz Carpenter. Robbinsville coached by Katie Ellis, coached by Dean Rose, and Kimberly Phillips.
And welcome back, fans, here on the Gramstar Sports Network, your exclusive home for Robbinsville athletics all year long and beyond. We're just on the cusp of our opening set here tonight in Robbinsville. As we mentioned, it is the Highlands, Lady Highlanders in town with us. First of 2 back-to-back this week from home, and this is actually going to be our only 2 telecast of the week here on the Gramstar Sports Network, as we have no more home JV football games, nor do we have a home football game this week or away. Robbinsville actually has its open week this week, so the Knights are off Friday night, and Lady Knights will be bringing us back-to-back action, and How about this coincidence in the scheduling? Both teams from up on what we call the plateau here in western North Carolina. Highlands tonight. Tomorrow night will be varsity only against Blue Ridge School. That game will begin at 6 p.m. You see senior Aubrey Wachacha at the service line as we are just about set to go. Officials are checking the rotations on the floor. We're rushed getting in here tonight. We apologize. We'll have our bearings about us hopefully very, very shortly. We'll have all of our graphics, our scoreboard, and everything updated in just a moment. Highlands' only 2 victories this year have came against Andrews and Hiwassee Dam. They lost to Smoky Mountain in 4. Rosman in a sweep. Murphy in 4. And, of course, the Lady Knights have already traveled to Highlands and played. That was August 22nd, a sweep for Robbinsville. Spike over the net. And it will be a point for the Highlanders as we're underway here tonight. Number 14, that's Aslan Wyatt Luck at the line for the Highlanders, received by Delaney Brooms. And a big shot from the back row. And it will be a point for Robbinsville, 1-1. Here in set 1 as Liz Carpenter walks back to the line. That matchup between Robbinsville and Highlands back on August the 22nd. It's like a little closer than the Lady Knights would have preferred as Liz Carpenter gets the first ace of the match. It's 2-1 Robbinsville. Trying to get the box score to pull up from that match, and it's not cooperating with us because, of course, it's not. Like it's started by Carpenter, but a little too much mustard on it, and it goes out. Score is 2-2 here in set number 1. Robbinsville prevailed on the plateau 25-22, 25-20, and 25-23. So the Highlanders' record, not really indicative of their talents. They're a tough team, always well coached. Here's Delaney Brooms for her first spike attempt of the night, and it is thwarted nicely up front by the Highlanders. On the tag team effort was Mackenzie Woods and Caden Pearson. Highlands up 3-2 here in set 1. Waddy with a nice split for the diving reception. Highlands ball here. Push comes in. Here's a set. Bumped by Brooms. And that went into the net. Arlo was there just to make sure, but it was a little off the mark. It's 3-3 here in our opening set. And Surrey Waddy back to serve. We'll have all our graphics up in just a moment. As we said, we're trying to keep up with the pace here. How about an ace for Surrey Waddy? And that'll make it 4-3 here in our opening segment. We'll thank all of our sponsors throughout the evening, but real quick, we'll fire them off rapid fire for you. GrabStarSports.com has become a very tight-knit community. As you see, Highlands struggling to defend with Robbinsville on offense. It is 5-3 Lady Knights here in set 1. Waddy still at the service line. Our season-long sponsors are our friends at Blevins Electric, Blevins Insurance, and Cherokee Realty. And you'll see Blevins Insurance graphic on the screen now. We'll have the bigger version in between breaks. That's how we do things here on the Graham Star Sports Network. We pause during timeouts, set changes, any reason to make sure we promote your business, and we can help promote your business if you'll give us a call at the Graham Star office, 828-479-3383. Good tip by Claire Barlow in the middle up front, and Robbinsville on a 4-0 run, 5-0 run, I beg your pardon now, 7-3 here in the opening set. I also want to thank Cutman Faith Farms, Computer Resolution, Lovin Contracting Company, Papa's Pizza to Go, Farm Bureau Insurance, all proud members of our sponsors here on GramstarSports.com. Be sure and visit them for business because, hey, without them, this would not be possible what we're able to do each and every week for Knights Athletics. That one out. And Robbinsville's up to a 9-3 lead. Timeout call by Highlands. And we'll take it with them back in just a moment on the Gramstar Sports Network. Back live from Robbinsville High School. Lady Knights up 9-3 at the moment over the Lady Highlanders. Good diving attempt for Liz Carpenter on the middle of the back, but could not do anything with that fading return by Highlands. 9-4 is your score. Hard spike. Brooms receives it back from Hooper. She'll take a hard shot. Nice defense by the Highlanders. Spike across the middle. Waddy's got it. Onward we go. Brooms across the middle that time to the back row. Libero. Barlow with an attempt. Ball still in play. Good effort by both sides at the moment. Liz Carpenter keeps it going for Robbinsville. Tip in the middle. Brooms with a hard palm strike, and that could be the point they were looking for. Lady Knights up 10-4 here in set number 1. Junior Claire Barlow steps up now to serve, and it is a service error into the net. I might got a little ahead of the action there. Sorry about that. 10-5 now is your split. 0-0. That is Mackenzie Woods that's stepping up to the line for the Lady Highlanders here in set 1. Spike across the middle by Brooms, and they can't handle that. It's a kill for the big senior outside hitter, Delaney Brooms, who will now head back to the line to serve. Robbinsville up by 6 at the moment. Before we went live, Robbinsville's JV Lady Knights were in action. 25-20, 25-19 is the set scores in that one. It's a loss for the Lady Knights. Highlands taking it in straight sets. Of course, middle school and junior varsity action in a best 2 out of 3 format. Varsity is when you have to really turn up the cardio. Make it best 3x5. How about that chicanery by Robbinsville? Nicely done. And that makes it 12-5 here in our first set. Broom still at the service line. Spike across the middle. Here's the pass. Returned. Hooper passes to Carpenter for a tip attempt, but they're going to say, I thought they were going to call on Carpenter. Excuse me. They called the net violation on number 3 for Highlands. That was Caden Pearson on the infraction. Nice serve by Delaney Brooms. And Brooms just saved it on the back row as well. Boy, she's all over the floor on defense this year, no doubt about that. And Highlands 8 up at the net. 14-5. Robbinsville running away with the first set here on the Gramstar Sports Network. Highlands led early 3-2, so I'll do the math for you. That's a 12-2 run Robbinsville's went on. And needless to say, have not trailed since. What a hard spike by Olivia Corbin. Robbinsville is ready. Ren Hooper with a nice return. And the point goes to Robbinsville as it drops in bounds. Our line judges out in full force tonight. Oh, I stand corrected. I guess the point went to Highlands by mistake. Sorry about that. Here's Wachacha. Big drive to the back row. Nice coverage. Hooper sets. Here's Wachacha again. Take 2, and Highlands keeps it alive. Tip again. Highlands communicating very well to keep things going here in our opening set. Wachacha's getting a lot of work up front, and it eventually pays off for the Highlanders. How about that? Highlands has cut it in half now with Karen Gomez, the libero, at the service line. 14-7 is your score here in our opening set. Crowd's a little sparse here tonight, not going to lie. Monday evening, it is a school day. Of course, 9/11 in the history books, long remembered for things much more important in the world of athletics. Grand Hooper subbing out for Olivia Lewis, who will get a crack at the service line for the first time here tonight. Robbinsville up 15-7. I'll get the scoreboard updated, doing about 75 multitasking things up here. Lewis across. Lewis with an ace right off the bat. 16-7. Another nice serve. Lewis blocked in tonight. That one out. Wachacha with a good look across the middle. Nobody there on the back row to stop it. And Robbinsville leads by 10 here in our first set. A lot of other action live here tonight in the Smoky Mountain Conference. We'll keep up with this volley here. We have no score updates as of yet. But it is a busy Monday evening. Judge called for a violation, make it 17-8. Elsewhere tonight, Union County is at Andrews. Cherokee traveled to West Henderson. Hayesville at Franklin. Hiwassee Dam and Murphy tangoing in a rivalry matchup for Cherokee County. And Tuscola and Swain are on the docket for volleyball after the two programs just met in football action on Friday night. And, of course, you see Robbinsville Highlands playing out in front of you here on the Gramstar Sports Network. 18-8. Aubrey Wachacha will go back to the service line. As we always do, fans, we'll keep you informed. We'll keep you posted. We'll provide all the best coverage we can of everything Graham County, North Carolina. An ace for Aubrey Wachacha. She leads the team, no doubt about it, in that category. The Graham Star has been your hometown newspaper for Robbinsville since 1955. Another line drive serve, and that's eating him up on the other side of the net. Spike across the middle. Push. Here's Wachacha. Pass from Lewis to Claire Barlow, and the Highlanders run out of room and arm length. Caitlin Bishop, the head coach for the Highlanders. She is a multi-sport coach for Highlands, does a great job, coaches the boys basketball team as well. Brett Lamb, the athletic director, is the girls coach. Wonderful person to work with on any kind of sporting event. Very, very welcoming anytime we're privileged to make it to the upper part of Macon County. Highlandsville's up 22-8. I'll get the scoreboard going as quick as I can. Sorry about that. And that serve goes just a little bit wide. That'll give Highlands a point. 22-9 is your score. And at the line for Highlands, big spike from Carpenter, finds an open hole in the back part of the court. That was Aslan Wyatt Luck on the serve. And in the blink of an eye, Robbinsville's 2 away from taking the opening stanza here tonight. Make that 1 away from the conclusion. 24-9 is the advantage at the moment. 9-24. If you want to be technical about it. Of course, the home team always on the right side of the score in volleyball. Carpenter with a service error that will bump Highlands into double digits. This is a stark contrast to how this match went the first time out on August the 22nd. Caitlin Tingen will fire it off for Highlands. Pass will keep it alive, and a return by Barlow. Back across. And here's Brooms. And it works. Hey, good work. That one careens off, and they couldn't do anything with it. So Robbinsville will prevail here in set 1, 10-25, and we'll be back in 3 on the Gramstar Sports Network. Back live from Robbinsville High School. It's 1-0 in the matchup. Lady Knights easily prevailing in set 1, 10-25 over the Highlands, Lady Highlanders. And once again, we want to thank all of you for being with us tonight on the Gramstar Sports Network. It'll be Highlands serve to begin things here in our second set. You see seniors Delaney Brooms and Aubrey Wachacha in their preset ritual, if you'll have it. Kicking off the rotation for Highlands is Aslan Wyatt Luck. And we'll begin set number 2 with her left-handed shot. Quick tip by Hooper. Highlands was ready for that. Nice recovery. That ball out. 1-0 your score in favor of Robbinsville. Fine drive, serve. Gomez received it, but that was all they could do with it. It's an ace for Aubrey Wachacha. We'll try to actually look it up. I think we're finally caught up on stats. We were missing some stats from a matchup earlier this year on Max Preps. Got to keep this thing as updated as we can. We provide stat boxes, box scores, and the Gramstar each week of Robbinsville Volleyball. Wachacha's run up to a 3-0 split here in our first set. Gotcha. In a zone right now. Tia Hall with a nice bump over. Gomez saves it for the Highlanders. Wachacha receives. Here's a pass from Hooper. Back behind to Tia Hall. Hall can't clear the net. Highlands on the board. It's 3-1. Boy, timing that particular play is tough. Tia in the short corner. Hooper had to do an up and behind pass to get it to her. And you see the end result. Here's Hooper again, this time to Barlow in the middle. And nobody handling that one. Barlow sends it scorching to the earth. It's 4-1. Here's Brooms. Gomez had it. And Gomez has done a lot of work to cover a lot of ground on the back row. But Lady Highlanders elsewhere have struggled to keep up. Carpenter still serving. Gomez again got to that ball. Nice work. Caitlin Bishop gives her Lady Highlanders a nice round of applause for the effort. And they deserve an A++ for that effort, honestly. Wachacha by far and away, as we mentioned, coming into tonight's matchup with 41 aces on the season already. Through a whopping 9 matches. And she's already got a couple on her resume here tonight. Carpenter on fire at the service line. No slouch in that department. She's got 22 this season. Point Robbinsville, they're going to say legal smack up at the net. 8-1 is the score. Here's Brooms. Gomez hanging tough with her on the back row. Making Robbinsville earn it. And a miscommunication at the front lines that time between Hooper and Tia Hall will make it 8-2. As Mallory Shriver goes back to serve for Highlands. As we mentioned, tomorrow night it'll be the Blue Ridge Bobcats making an appearance here in Graham County. Haven't seen Blue Ridge in volleyball here in Robbinsville in a very, very long time. We'll have to look up the last time that happened, actually. Robbinsville went to Blue Ridge last season. Swept the Bobcats in Cashers. Odd stutter step there. Shriver got out of sync, it looked like, for just a moment. And sometimes just a moment is all it takes. Suriwati will go to the service line. Score is 9-3 here in set 1. Tip over the net. Hooper and Barlow can't get out of position. They kind of froze. And it's 9-4 now. Here's Brooms. Walked up front point. Highlands. Good work by the Highlanders. That's Caden Pearson and Wyatt Luck on the tag team effort up front. Serving is Mackenzie Woods, 0-0 for Highlands. Here's the pass. Here's Brooms. And that one drops. Brooms with the kill. Conference leader in kills last year. Nothing to sneeze at. Blair Barlow, the middle hitter for Robbinsville, at the service line now. She led the conference in blocks. Eddie Phillips still talks about how surprised, and pleasantly surprised, I might add, she was with Barlow's blocks last year, because it added a whole different feel to the Lady Knights defense. How about a kill for the Highlanders, number 3, that's Caden Pearson. It's 10-6. It's gotten a little closer, I'm sure, than the Lady Knights would like to have it right now, as Gomez goes to the line to serve here in set 2. And the tip goes awry. Wachacha was there to make sure. Caitlin Tingen couldn't get her shot down pat. Here's Brooms firing off a shot. Brooms with 119 kills this year. Good split by Woods to keep it alive, but a missed communication up front. And Robbinsville's doubled its lead. It is 12-6 here in set 2. Lady Knights this is their first match actually in 6 days. I was going to say had some action Saturday. They did. But it was the big kids helping out the little kids, if you'll have it. Youth volleyball action here in the Robbinsville High School Gymnasium. Program, the sport really, let's put it that way, has really grown here in Robbinsville with the recent success. 2019, 2022 Smoky Mountain Conference champions. Big block by Big Aubrey Wachacha. She's 6'2", and you can't teach that. It's 13-7. Robbinsville, with its recent success, of course, has, as we said, opened up the youth program interest. 3 teams now in Graham County, 2 for Robbinsville alone, Robbinsville proper, and our friends in the Snowbird community. Parts of the Eastern Band of Cherokee Indians, of course, where the Snowbird community is located. Versus Sept from Lewis to Wachacha, a member of the Eastern Band. Tribal election results will be recapped in this week's edition of the Graham Star as well. Snowbird has its own youth volleyball team, and the Lady Warriors will be hosting on Saturday. Communication sounding good on both sides. Tia Hall sends a troublesome one over, but they'll handle it. Harlow to Carpenter with a left-handed forearm bump. And that was a good read in the air. Almost an audible, if you'll have it, in this sport by Caitlin Tingen to make sure Highlands got the nod and into that very lengthy volley. Ashley Wyatt Luck will go back to serve. It is 8-13. I've got the scoreboard wrong on the screen. I'm sorry. It's 8-13, excuse me, on the Gramstar Sports Network. Ball is out. Highlands will get the point. It's 13-9. There we go. We're squared away now. Wyatt Luck still serving here in set 2 tonight. So anyhow, there was a day of that here Saturday. I'm sure a lot of volunteers will be on hand at Snowbird on Saturday at the new Jacob Corn Silk Community Complex where the youth sports take place in the Snowbird community. Beautiful facility. Aubrey with Chacha to serve here in set 2 as Robbinsville's back to the top of its service rotation. That one off of Woods' fingertips, and I don't know if you could hear it through the microphone, but not a whole lot behind it, so she didn't have a good read on it, I guess you'll say. And that makes it 15-9. Boy, Wachacha sent a daggum fastball over the net, excuse me. So let's try to keep it professional and try to sound a little bit like I'm not from Georgia, but hey, Georgia to North Carolina, and I love it here in Graham County, but wow, what a shot by Wachacha. I wish we had a radar gun on that. That was going to be called in. It's an ace for Aubrey Wachacha, who was, quite frankly, a little confused about what the call was going to be. And don't look now, Robbinsville needs just 8 to go up 2-0 in this contest. And that one a little too powerful. Chacha couldn't get the break on in time. And that'll end the run. Highlands in double digits now. It is 10-17, so already a little bit closer than set 1. Look down here below us. I'm not sure if the night student section is supposed to be going for the safety theme or the neon theme. They have safety vests on, of course. Fluorescent green. I see a fluorescent pink one on Memory Frapp. We'll figure all that out during the break. 10-19 now with Carpenter going back to the service line. Robbinsville has not lost to a Little Smoky Mountain Conference team in quite some time. We'd have to check out the last time that happened as well. Little Smoky, as we've explained on here several times, very simple. If you don't have a football team, you don't have a spot in the big Smoky Mountain Conference. That's where your 6 teams that you hear a lot about, Hayesville, Cherokee, Andrews, Robbinsville, and Swain, and of course the Murphy Bulldogs in there as well. There's some intermingling of the sport. Boy, Waddy took a hard bump in front of the bench, and she's up on her feet. And already back out there. Lady Knights are fired up after that tumble. How about the block from Barlow keeping it alive? That ball's in. How about that? Boy, the Highlanders, they refused to give up. And Ren Hooper, who is known to take some pretty risky dives, try to keep a volley alive, couldn't get to that one. And it is 19-12 with Mallory Shriver coming in your screen to serve. Jump serve gives to Waddy. Here's Carpenter. Here's Broom. Big spike. Boy, I fired up Delaney Brooms. You would need a few minutes to slow her down. Instead, it's 12-20. The sports do interbreed if you'll have it when we have baseball and softball action. Hiawassee Dam, for example, will play baseball and softball competition with the big Smoky Mountain Conference because Highlands, Blue Ridge, and Natahala, the other school in the Little Smoky, unfortunately unable to field teams. They've popped up sporadically over the years, but not in a while. Blue Ridge had softball, I believe, the last time in 2017. But they do have soccer programs on the plateau to keep them busy instead of football. JV basketball will have to find its way into the Big Smoky as well when there's not enough teams to fill out a tournament bracket. Here's Claire Barlow with an ace. 13-22 now here in set 2. And Caitlin Bishop's going to do a quick substitution. Coming in, Caitlin Couch. Going out, Olivia Corbin. Going back to the line, Claire Barlow. Hope you're enjoying our new and improved GramStarSports.com experience. Fans, we spent the summer getting our equipment upgraded to what we needed to be for quality standards today. And very, very privileged you guys are still with us on this ride. Remember that a portion of the proceeds every time you buy a pay-per-view ticket to watch Robbinsville Athletics goes right back to the sport you have bought the ticket for. So volleyball will see a cut of this tonight. Rachacha tip makes it 13-24, and it's set point for Robbinsville, looking to take a 2-0 lead here in this contest. There may not be enough breaks left to try and get all our sponsors up on the screen at least once tonight, so we'll try to rapid fire through that if we have to here in a moment. Don't want anyone to be left out. Tip by Brooms. And that's going to be it for set 2. Highlands could get on the same page to finish it out and keep the volley alive. And Robbinsville will go to the locker room triumphantly up 2-0 here on the Gramstar Sports Network. Back with you from Robbinsville High School. It is 0-0 in set 3, but hey, the first 2 sets have went to Robbinsville. 2-0 is the score here in the contest. Service error gives Highlands a quick 1-0 lead as we're back with you live here for set 3. Robbinsville up 2-0 as we said here in the contest. Pushed back over by Hooper. Blocked by Barlow. 1-1 your score here in set 3. Carpenter with a service error. Well, that seems to be bad mantra. Robbinsville goes up 2-0 in a contest. And several times this year, unfortunately, had a sluggish start to set 3. They usually recoup well. Hopefully they'll do so here tonight. They're the Highlanders. You want mistakes, I suppose. Well, the Lady Knights on offense can't be denied. How about Delaney Brooms bringing the hammer down here in set 3 is 2-2. Here's Surrey Waddy. On my count, there's been one timeout called in this entire matchup tonight. And looks like Gomez and Olivia Corbin got a little tangled up back here, trying to get to that ball. A for effort. Caitlin Bishop goes and tracks it down from the corner of the gymnasium. You see it rolling back into the screen here. 3-2 your score. Waddy up again. Barlow's tip. Highlanders will play it. Boy, I tell you, Robbinsville doing a great job of keeping Highlands on their heels. It is 2-4 here in set 3. Surrey Waddy to serve. Gomez dives for it. Boy, her effort should be rewarded. Give that girl a gold medal for what she's trying to do to keep this defense alive for the Lady Highlanders here tonight on the Gramstar Sports Network. It is 5-2 here in set 3. And there's Barlow with the block, 6-2. Waddy still serving. Waddy had a lengthy stretch last week. Robbinsville here on a home match, where she stayed the service line down the stretch against Hayesville. And it's 2-7 now in favor of Robbinsville. Caitlin Bishop wants to give her Highlanders a chance to recoup, and we'll step aside while they do so here on the Gramstar Sports Network. Back live from Robbinsville High School. It is 2-7 here in set 3. And we welcome all of you back here on the Gramstar Sports Network. That one drops down as well, and that makes it 2-8. My word, how on earth did Robbinsville keep that alive? Jeez. It wasn't exactly finesse, but hey, whatever works. Makes it 2-9. Trying to alert her to the fact there is another ball available here inside the gymnasium. I don't know that she got the hint, unfortunately. Miss Olivia. On we go is 2-9 here on GramstarSports.com. And that one's out. Highlands gets a point. And that makes it 3-9. Off. Brooms with a powerful spike to the back row. Mallory Shriver was unable to get under it for the dig. 3-10 now. Robbinsville up here in the third set. Olivia Lewis will check in to serve. Attempted return goes nowhere, and I'll make it 11-3. I hit the wrong button. Mistake. Push back over by Wyatt Luck. Keeps it alive. Sometimes the basics are all you need. Nothing fancy. Wachacha saves that. Hooper back to Wachacha. Push over. Miles down the corner. 3-12. Oh, and Claire, or excuse me, Olivia Lewis died for that. Carpenter saved it, I beg your pardon. Marlowe's actually taking a breather right now. Lewis with some good hustle off the bench, if you'll have it. The defensive specialist for Robbinsville. Mackenzie Woods back to serve now. It's 4-12. Drops. Carpenter and Wachacha get tangled up. And he goes cracking open the playbook, if you'll have it, trying to dig deep and see what she's got at her disposal. Wachacha with a big kill in the middle. Robbinsville's up 5-13 here in set 3. To serve. Once we get the loose ball back in, Bishop taking care of that. And that one slammed into the net. The Highlanders just caught napping back there, frankly, fans. And it's 5-15. That ball is out. Wachacha tried to get fancy with an outside shot. And couldn't get the job done, unfortunately, here on the Gramstar Sports Network. Valdez now to serve. It is 6-15. Wow, what a shot by Liz Carpenter. Gotta see that fire out of Liz Carpenter. That got the team fired up. 6-16 here in set number 3. Brent Hooper took a crack at the service line. Nothing wrong with that. Maybe repetition at some point. Olivia Corbin will now serve for the Highlanders. Lewis to Hooper to Wachacha. That ball's out. Highlands get the point again. The defensive error makes it 16-8. Served by Olivia, and Olivia from Robbinsville with the return. Shot from the outside goes into the net. Mallory Shriver tried her darndest. Could not get it over, makes it 8-17. And Wachacha's back to serve. And that is dangerous if you're the Highlander. Wachacha with a nice soft arcing shot over. Playing volleyball and nothing more. Need to go crazy in this one. 8-18 now here in set 3. ace for Wachacha. And we're getting into the closing moments of this one. It's 8-19. That went off the ceiling. A rarity here at Robbinsville High School. And when it happens, it throws everybody for a loop. Lady Knights included, honestly. Hall tapped the top of the net, or that would have been an excellent return for the senior. And that makes it 20-9. Turn by Carpenter. Work. Mackenzie Woods over on the left side gets things tangled up enough to get Highlands to a 10-20 deficit. Rotation error on Highlands. How about that? Odd to see that this late in the contest. Set 3. There's 4 points to go. Liz Carpenter looking to finish it out for Robbinsville. That's a good start. An ace for Liz Carpenter, 10-22 here on the Gramstar Sports Network. And service error will end the run. The attempt, if you'll have it, makes it 11-22. 3 to go for Robbinsville as they're looking to close out the sweep here tonight from its home court, Robbinsville High School. Lady Knights will improve to 8-2 with this victory. Highlands will drop 2-8. And that'll make it 11-23. Sorry, Waddy will be left to try and run it out here on the Gramstar Sports Network. Good reception by Hooper. Brooms returns it. Here's the set. There's the spike. It's down. And how about that? We're still alive here on the Gramstar Sports Network. It is 12-23 as Caitlin Couch will get a crack at serving. Service error. That one didn't even clear the net, unfortunately. And it's set at match point for Robbinsville. Here's Claire Barlow to try to polish it off. Sliding dive by the Highlanders. Woods with a bump back over. Waddy greets it. Here's Hooper to Brooms for the victory. Blocked up front. Robbinsville on top of it. And Highlands not going down without a fight here in the volley. But Delaney Brooms will not be denied, and that's going to do it here tonight from Robbinsville. Lady Knights handle the Highlanders a lot easier than they did the first time they played them this year. Your final set scores 10-25, 13-25, and 12-25. Fans, it's been our pleasure to bring you another night of Lady Knights Volleyball, Black Knights Athletics. Remember, what we're doing here at GramStarSports.com is helping out the cause. A portion of the proceeds go right back to the program that you paid your hard-earned money to watch. Alma Mater's been sung. Kids are out on the floor. And for all of us here at the Gramstar Sports Network, this is Kevin Hensley wishing you a very good rest of your Monday evening. Joining us tomorrow at 6 p.m. for varsity-only action against Blue Ridge School. Have a good evening, everybody.